All right, do you want to be a pharmacy technician and want to have a career in healthcare? Well, guess what? To become a pharmacy technician, you don't need to get a degree. You also don't need to spend years in school. In fact, you can become a pharmacy tech in as little as 3 to 4 months. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, today I'm giving you a step-by-step roadmap on how you can do just that. I'm going to cover how to get your training in pharmacy tech without big price tags or student debt, how to crush the competition and set yourself apart from other pharmacy technicians, the number one thing employers look for before hiring pharmacy techs, and ultimately, how you can be job ready as a pharmacy technician in the next 3 months. This is an action-packed video, and I highly recommend sticking till the very end to see how to save time and money and stand out among peers. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I'm Grant. I'm a known education expert, and I've been featured in tons of publications like Forbes, Bloomberg, and Reader's Digest. My mission is to help busy adults get certified and start the career of their dreams faster without a bunch of student loans or spending years in a classroom. And on this channel, I share tips and tricks that'll help you do that. So let's get started. Okay, according to the BLS, over 43,000 job openings are created every year for pharmacy techs in the United States. And with more and more pharmacies opening up across the country, this number is set to rise. So what are the steps to start your career? Number one is education. You need the right training as a pharmacy tech. Now, training is where I see people making the most mistakes, but I'll cover everything you need to know shortly. Number two is certification. You need to get certified as a pharmacy tech. You need that CPHT tag after your name. Number three, experience. Finally, if you have some experience under your belt working in a pharmacy, that can be huge. These are the general steps, but do you know what the number one thing employers want from their pharmacy techs is? They want you to be certified. According to a recent survey, this is something over 90% of employers look at before hiring. But what does it mean to be certified? There are nationally recognized institutions like the PTCB, and they conduct an exam. Once you clear the exam, you're a certified pharmacy technician, and you can put that CPHT title after your name. This is huge, and this is one of the things that sets you apart. The CPHT is typically regarded as the gold standard for pharmacy technicians, and it shows employers that you can be trusted to perform the duties of a pharmacy tech. Now, some pharmacy techs think that they can get on-the-job training and skip getting certified. Not a good idea. Here's the thing. The salary for uncertified pharmacy technicians is typically lower, and many pharmacies could be reluctant to hire uncertified technicians. Even if they do, they could ask you to get the certification in the next 60 to 90 days anyhow from when you start working. So, I highly recommend sitting for your exam and getting certified beforehand. The right training program not only teaches you everything about pharmacy tech, but it also gives you the skills to crush that certification exam. The key here is to enroll in the right training program. Typically, to get trained as a pharmacy tech, here are your options. 1, full-time programs at universities or colleges, or 2, pharmacy tech classes. These are the options that are generally recommended, and you've probably considered these yourself. But do I recommend them? Absolutely not. Today, I talk about the pharmacy tech training that gets you job ready and you're prepared to crush it in your new career. First, let's talk about why there are problems with traditional pharmacy tech training. As I said earlier, full-time programs at universities or colleges are sought after among pharmacy techs. This is your option number one, and they make absolute sense. Most people want a university program where you get a university certificate. On your resume, you can proudly say that you've completed your education at a university. A university certificate is huge in healthcare. There's a reason why doctors and nurses want to go to the best schools, and that feeling trickles down to the entire industry. So as a pharmacy tech, that university certificate proudly hanging on your wall could be huge. It builds trust in you and your skill. But then what's the problem? The biggest problem is the high tuition. A typical associate's degree program can cost anywhere between $15,000 and $30,000. while a certificate program can cost up to $10,000. To afford such a big price tag, you likely have to rely on student loans. This means even before you start your career, you're in student debt that could take years to pay off. And second, it can take anywhere between 12 months to 2 years to complete these programs. That's a long, long time to spend on your pharmacy tech education. You should be done with your training within a few months. How? I'll get to that very shortly. Ultimately, everyone would love to have a university certificate, but you can't justify the high costs. Now, because of expensive programs at colleges, students traditionally opt for option number 2, which is pharmacy tech classes. These are full-time classes you attend in person or at a training center. And a few of these classes can also be online. They're cheaper than college programs, and from the face of it, they might seem the better option. But are these classes any better? Unfortunately, no. Let me explain why I don't recommend pharmacy tech classes, both online or in person. 1. Some classes can be unaccredited, and this could be a major red flag. You need to complete your pharmacy tech program from an accredited source, as it could be a major criteria when screening applications. And if you mention unaccredited training on your resume, that could be a big problem. 2. The biggest reason someone considers pharmacy tech classes is because they're cheap. But that's not totally true, as they come with tons of hidden costs and headaches. When you take into account the cost of traveling to these classes, gas, parking permits, books, and other training material, the figure just goes up. It's ludicrous. You might think it's a cheaper deal, but that's not the case. 3, and this is a big one. Many of these little schools or training centers aren't prestigious or well-known by employers. You don't get a university certificate. Now, that could be a problem. Think about it. You're at an interview, and the employer is torn between 2 candidates. One has a big-name university on their resume, while the other has completed their training from a place they've never heard of. The candidate with the university could likely get the preference. And look, you also have to consider upward mobility. At some point, you would want to move to a better job, maybe at a hospital or a big pharmacy chain. And for such facilities, being certified, having clinical experience, and a university certificate could prove to be really helpful. Ideally, you want your training to prepare you for your career and give you a competitive edge as a pharmacy tech. These classes, both online and in person, could fail to do that. And finally, 4, like a university program, it can take 4 to 12 months, full-time every week, to complete these local classes. That's a lot of time you're attending classes on a schedule. And as an adult, we're busy. We have responsibilities, kids, schedules, etc. It can be challenging to stop everything in our lives and attend weekly scheduled classes. Things can come up and you might just miss a class. And if you miss a class, you'll likely fall behind. Now, you might say, Grant, if I miss a class, can I just take it over again? No, actually, you might have to wait months to do that. And if you fall behind 2 months, you may have to wait an entire year to retake the entire program again. It's a vicious cycle with in-person programs and prevents people from finishing their training. So, hidden costs, lack of prestige, fixed schedules, and long course duration should be deal breakers for these local pharmacy tech classes. So, what's the alternative? Now, if the university programs are too expensive and local classes fail to give you a competitive edge, what kind of training program should you enroll in? Well, don't worry. The moment is here, and I'm going to share my template for the ideal training program for pharmacy technicians, plus an affordable training program that checks all the right boxes. If you've stayed this far, then you're serious about becoming a pharmacy technician, and you want to enroll in the right training program. A program like that does exist. We actually created it. It has everything I just said, plus a lot more. I'm talking about Preppy's Pharmacy Technician Certification Program. With Preppy, we've combined the best of both worlds to create a revolutionary training program that checks all the right boxes. Here's how. Preppy's program is 100% online. You can get your training anytime and anywhere. The program is also self-paced, so you can get your training according to your schedule and comfort. Once you enroll, you get instant access to all the training material, which includes interactive lessons, presentations, exercises, and so much more. That means you get your pharmacy tech training anytime, on the couch at night, or in your favorite coffee shop. No fixed schedules, no commuting, and no boring classrooms. You can start learning within minutes. Preppy's program is self-paced, meaning you can complete the program in as little as 2 months. That's right, you can be done with pharmacy tech school in just 2 months. Not years like other programs, months. Time is money, and the faster you get through your training, the faster you can start towards your career. The Preppy course curriculum is designed exclusively for pharmacy techs. No fluff, no extra information, and no unnecessary classes. In the beginning, I discussed why having a university certificate could be huge for your resume. Pharmacy tech classes fail to give you that edge. But that's not the case with Preppy. Preppy's program is in partnership with a reputable, top-ranked, nonprofit, accredited university. When you complete your training, you get a certificate of completion from this accredited university. Think about how proud you'll be of yourself when your coworkers see that certificate proudly hanging on the wall in your office. And this could be huge for your career growth in healthcare. Essentially, your program is through this well-known accredited university. And as I emphasized, employers could love that. And that's not all. With Preppy's Pharmacy Technician Certification Program, you get all the skills to crush the certification exams and be a certified pharmacy technician by PTCB. And as I said, this could be game-changing. Hospitals and big pharmacy chains want technicians who can be trusted, who know the ins and outs, and who can assist the patients. If you're a certified pharmacy technician, that tells them that you meet these industry standards and you're someone they can trust and rely on, as you've been tested and certified by this nationally recognized institution. Being certified gives you a competitive edge, and you stand out among your peers. As I said, some choose not to get certified, but if you're certified, you could stand apart. After completing your training with Preppy, you can apply and sit for the certification exam to get that awesome CPHT title after your name. Preppy also takes care of the hands-on experience part, as an externship is also included with the program. Your externship can be at hospitals or local pharmacies. With this experience, you get to feel what it's like working in a pharmacy. With other online programs, you miss out on this, and you have to arrange for the externship or internship on your own. That's a lot of time and proves to be a headache. With Preppy, everything's taken care of, and your externship will be arranged for you as you're about to finish the program. You can cite this externship experience on your resume, so healthcare facilities or pharmacies would take note of that. Externships are incredibly valuable, and with Preppy, you get that. So to summarize, online pharmacy tech training, university certificate, ready for national certification exams, externship for real-life pharmacy experience. With Preppy, we've tried to check all the boxes. Essentially, you're job ready as a pharmacy technician within a few months. Now, how much does it cost? As I stressed earlier, your training should not put you under the burden of student debt. And Preppy is insanely affordable. Right now, at the making of this video, you can enroll in the program for just one low price of $15.99. That's absolutely insane. In other words, you get all the benefits of the college programs we spoke about above, yet at the price of the local pharmacy tech classes, plus so much more. It's the best of all worlds, so you don't have to compromise. Everything you would want in a pharmacy tech program, Preppy takes care of it, and at an insanely low price. You can also enroll using payment plans as well. Ultimately, Preppy gets the seal of approval from pharmacy techs across the country. If you want to enroll, click on the link in the description below the like button. I'll also add it in the pinned comments. 100% online and self-paced, in partnership with a well-known accredited university, it prepares you to be PTCB certified, externship opportunity is included, and insanely affordable. So if you want to become a pharmacy technician, you could get your training with Preppy's Pharmacy Technician Certification Program. Hey guys, I hope this was really informative for you. If you really liked the content, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We really try to post a lot of interesting content to help people reach their goals, and I hope you got that today. So until next time, talk to you soon.